You're not here by accident. Something, maybe the right timing, maybe something bigger, brought you to this video. And if you stay just a few more seconds, you might find out exactly why. Have you ever felt like life is testing you? Like even when you're trying to do everything right, something invisible keeps pulling you back? You're not alone. There's a silent cycle that keeps thousands of people trapped in scarcity. Men and women carrying guilt, debt, frustration, and the weight of having to appear strong all the time. But here's a different question. What if the change you need isn't outside of you? What if it's within, in something you may have never accessed before? This video doesn't bring magical promises, but it brings an emotional, mental, and spiritual key. One that can unlock something that's been trying to manifest in your life for a long time. And when the right words are said at the right time, they don't just touch you, they activate you. Memories, courage, truth, faith. Maybe you're at rock bottom, tired, in debt, ashamed to even check your bank statement, or maybe you just feel lost and you don't know where to start again. And that voice in your head keeps saying, you're not going to make it. But what if I told you that voice is lying? Today, you're going to silence that voice. Today, you're going to do something different. You're going to hear something, maybe for the first time, that's true. And it just might change everything. If at any point in this video you feel like it's speaking to you, leave a comment saying, I choose to change. Just that. Because sometimes all we need is to declare our decision, even if it still hurts, even if it's still hard. And if this video touched you in some way, like it now, not to please me, but to show the algorithm that this kind of message needs to reach more people. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Here, every week, we talk about real paths to transformation. No magic formulas, no fluff. Just what moves, what truly matters. You. Have you ever cried alone after telling someone, I'm fine? Have you ever faked confidence when deep down all you felt was fear? Fear of not being able to pay rent. Fear of not being able to buy food. Fear of letting down those who depend on you. That's the kind of fear we don't say out loud, that we hide even from those we love most. Because admitting it's hard is painful. And the truth is, a lot of people are living a silent war day after day. A fight against bills, pressure, humiliation, and that suffocating feeling of helplessness. Maybe you've even thought the problem is you, that if you were smarter, more hard-working, luckier, things would be different. But that guilt isn't yours. The system was designed to make you feel that way, to keep you trapped in debt, chasing the basics, always thinking something's missing in you. When in fact, what's missing is a pattern break. And that break doesn't start with money. It starts with a no more, an emotional no more, an energetic no more, a spiritual no more. Because as long as you keep trying to fix outside holes without healing what's inside, the cycle continues. In this video, you'll feel something different. It's not motivation. Motivation fades. What you'll feel is connection. Because the pain you feel, I felt it too. I still remember the taste of shame, the dry throat during debt calls, the frustration of seeing my account empty in the middle of the month. But it was at that rock bottom that I discovered something no one ever taught me: the power of asking, with truth, with faith, with intensity, for what I thought was impossible. And when I did that, something started to shift. If what I'm saying makes sense to you, if these words are touching where no one usually does, then stop for a second, like this video now. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications, not for me, but for you. Because when you say yes to this kind of message, you're saying yes to a new frequency, to a new cycle. And believe me, this isn't just a video. This is a turning point. Some people think poverty is just a lack of money. But those who live it know it's much more than that. It's waking up in the middle of the night with anxiety, not knowing how you'll pay your child's school tuition. It's pretending to be busy when friends invite you out, because you can't even afford a soda. It's saying, "I'll take care of it later," when you know you have no idea how to fix it. It's having to be strong all the time, because no one else is going to hold you up. Poverty eats away at you from the inside. It slowly drains your self-esteem. It silences your joy. You start avoiding mirrors, start walking more hunched over, start dreaming less. Deep down, you begin to believe you were born to survive, not to live. I know this because I've been there. I've lived the despair of opening my bank app and seeing less than $1. I felt the shame of having to ask for credit just to buy bread. I've cried myself to sleep, not out of sadness, but exhaustion. Exhaustion from fighting so hard and still being stuck in the same place. And the cruelest part is the judgment, because people on the outside don't see your effort. They only see your lack. And then comes the label: lazy, disorganized, irresponsible. But no one asks what you're carrying on your back. All you want is to breathe, to feel relief, a pause from the constant pressure. And if you've made it this far, it's because there's still a spark inside you, a part that still believes, that still dreams of a day when money isn't a threat, but a path. A day when things finally add up, when the fear goes away, and that day begins with a decision. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the weight you've been carrying and realize it's not just yours. Yes, it's debt, but it's also inherited fear, absorbed guilt, criticism that echoes from childhood, the feeling that you're never enough, that you're always owing not just money, but worth, recognition, love. Now, look within, because there is a place inside you that scarcity hasn't touched, a place where faith lives. Even if it's small, even if it's wounded, it's still there. And that's where you'll make this request from. This isn't just any request. It's not a maybe someday. It's a calling, a cry from the soul with your heart wide open, a request the universe hears because it's real, because it comes from a heart tired of suffering in silence, say with me, in a whisper or just in your mind, I am ready to receive. I welcome the money that flows to me with ease. I let go of fear. I let go of scarcity. I no longer run from what I deserve. Feel these words. Don't just think them. Feel them. You've made so many requests while begging, crying, doubting. Today, do it differently. Speak to the universe as someone who knows their worth, as someone who understands they're not begging. They're claiming what has always been theirs by right. Visualize it. Your bank account being filled, your debts being paid off, your fridge full, your eyes at peace, your breath easy. It doesn't matter your religion, your beliefs, or your past. What matters is what you carry now. And in this moment, you can ask. You can change. If you felt something, if these words touched something deep within you, then right now, in the comments, I receive, I accept, I deserve. Write it as an act of faith, as a contract with the universe, as a first step. It's not just a typed sentence. It's a public affirmation that you're ready. And every letter you write carries your energy. Every word that comes from you is a sign that something is shifting, even if it still feels invisible. Go on. Write it now. I receive, I accept, I deserve. And then come back, because there's still so much to feel, so much to release, so much to transform. Now, stop everything for a moment. Breathe, but not just any breath. Breathe as if you're creating space inside your body, as if you're preparing for something new, something that's about to enter. And stay. I'm going to say a few words, but these aren't just random words. They're keys, and each one will unlock a lock that's kept you stuck for years. And as you listen, you might start to feel something strange, a slight shiver, a warmth in your chest, a sudden urge to cry. Don't resist it. That's your body recognizing the truth. Now repeat after me, in whatever way you can. Money comes to me with ease. I don't need to struggle to be worthy. I am ready to receive without guilt. I am safe. I am stable. I am prosperous. As you say this, your brain starts to break patterns. The human mind works through repetition. Everything that's repeated often enough becomes a belief. And you, without realizing, were programmed with phrases that poisoned your relationship with money. Phrases you heard as a child, situations you witnessed in silence, arguments about bills, the tension when the phone rang and it was a debt collector, the embarrassment of watching your parents count coins. Your body remembers. Your mind remembers. And today, you begin to rewrite that story. Think about it. What happens when you start telling yourself every day that money loves you, that it flows easily, that you spend with joy, save with wisdom, and share with gratitude? You change your internal state. And when the internal state changes, everything around you responds. It's like tuning a radio. You're dialing into a new frequency. and everything on that same wavelength starts to be drawn to you naturally, effortlessly. Now repeat, with more conviction, I am a magnet for prosperity. Money respects me because I respect it. My mind is aligned with abundance. I let go of the fear of lack. I welcome the ease of plenty. As you hear these phrases, your brain activates a region called the prefrontal cortex. It's the part involved in planning, decision-making, and visualizing the future. When you speak with conviction, it starts working for you, creating mental images of the life you desire. And the brain doesn't clearly distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. That's why the more you visualize, the more real it becomes inside you. Now imagine, you wake up in the morning feeling peace, no debt weighing on you, no fear of the unexpected. You walk into the store and don't have to mentally add up what's in your cart. You pay bills calmly, and there's still money left over. That is possible. And it starts here with these words. Many people will hear this video and dismiss it. They'll say it's nonsense, that it doesn't work. But those are the same people who've been stuck in the same cycle for years. You're here because something in you wants to break free. You're ready, or almost, and that almost is the space where the magic happens. Now, close your eyes for 5 seconds and say internally, I release the past. I activate my present. I create my future. Take another breath. Feel the air coming in. Feel the energy shifting. Because now you're not just watching a video. You're transforming as you listen. And soon, as we move into the next moment, you'll realize that something inside you has already started to shift. Have you ever felt a good kind of silence? The kind that doesn't hurt, that doesn't tighten your chest, that doesn't remind you of tomorrow's bills. Just silence, peace, presence. If you're feeling something different now, it's because something really has changed. True transformation doesn't start with a payment or some external miracle. It starts here, in the body. When you say enough with truth, the universe hears it. But more importantly, your body hears it. Right now, your muscles are less tense, your breathing lighter, your mind less burdened. It's almost like an invisible lock is starting to loosen. Because when you've spent your whole life being conditioned to fight, the idea of receiving something with ease feels wrong. But it's not. You've been through a lot. You've endured more than you should have. You were strong when you didn't want to be. You pretended to be in control while your world was falling apart inside. And now you don't have to pretend anymore. You can simply accept that it's safe to prosper. Accept that it's allowed to have money, without losing your essence. Accept that you can be abundant without repeating the pain of those who came before you. The turning point isn't a scream. It's a quiet whisper inside that says, I'm no longer who I used to be. Yes, you can build a new story, but it starts within. No easy promises, no magic pills, just presence, awareness, and truth. Imagine for a second you wake up on an ordinary day, sunlight coming through the window. But something is different. You no longer feel that weight in your chest. You're not running for survival anymore. You're calm, confident, grounded. That scene, it's not a distant dream. It's already starting to happen. Here, now. Because something inside you, something old, has dissolved. And in the place of fear, space opened up. Space for the new, for the light, for what's possible. Repeat one last time before we move on. I am safe to prosper. My new story has already begun. Do you feel that? It's not just emotion, it's alignment taking place. Internally, silently, as if, for the first time in a long time, everything is starting to fall into place. You're not just listening to affirmations, you're rewriting your identity, and identity is what defines destiny. That's why now I want you to declare, with the strength of someone who's realized their power, I am worthy of receiving large sums of money. I live in a reality of abundance, not scarcity. I open the doors of my life for abundance to flow. Everything I desire is coming to me in the right time and in the perfect way. As you repeat, your subconscious is recording, and the more it hears, the more it accepts. And the more it accepts, the more it starts acting on its own to make it real. You begin to make different choices. You start to see opportunities where before you only saw obstacles. You begin to move away from toxic patterns that were holding you back without you even noticing. And this isn't magic. It's psychology. It's energy. It's awareness. Imagine you walk into a store and for the first time, you're not asking about the price, but asking if it feels good to you. You plan your month not out of fear of what's missing, but with calm about what's left over. You being generous with others without guilt or fear. You live in a new relationship with money, light, fluid, secure. These images are real because everything your mind can clearly imagine, it can materialize with direction. And now you're on that path. Once more, I am prosperous inside and out. Money is my ally, not my enemy. I leave scarcity in the past and move forward with confidence. This repetition isn't exhaustion, it's construction. You're laying the foundation of your new story. And the firmer that foundation, the stronger your transformation will be. Now, get ready. Because what comes next is the closing of this cycle, and in it, we'll seal everything that's been said, with strength, with faith, and with vision for the future. Look at yourself now. Maybe you're in silence, maybe with tears in your eyes, maybe feeling a kind of peace you haven't felt in a long time. What you felt here, no one can take away. This isn't just a video. It was a portal. You entered with doubts, burdens, fears, and you came out with clarity, courage, faith. This transformation isn't fleeting. It's a seed. And every seed needs repetition, water, presence. So yes, you can come back here whenever you want. Re-listen, reaffirm, rewrite. Because every time you declare, I receive, I accept, I deserve, you reaffirm to the universe who you are and where you're going. Now, imagine a few months from now, you reading this comment, I watched this video at the worst moment of my life, and today everything has changed. Thank you. That comment could be yours. That turning point could be your real story, because it's already begun. And if you felt truth here, let that energy expand. Write a new declaration in the comments, one that's yours, something that represents this new chapter. It can be simple. I am free. I am at peace. Abundance has found me. Leave it in the comments and read what others have written too. This wave is real, and the more you share, the more it grows. Now, before you go, do one last thing. If this video touched you, subscribe to the channel. Like it. Turn on notifications. Not out of obligation, but to keep this space of transformation open. So that whenever you need to remember who you are and all you can become, it's here. Abundance isn't something you earn. It's something you activate. And today, it was activated within you.